The United States of America, the red, white, and blue. And France, the blue, white, and red. Two modern superpowers and two allies. Now there was a time when these lines were in jeopardy. Enter the Quasi-War, the war that could have been. 1778. American colonies are trying to gain independence from Britain during the War for American Independence, but are not having much luck. The colonists look to France for help, knowing that France wanted the colonies to succeed in their revolution because France's greatest rival is Britain, and losing the colonies would be a huge blow to Britain. French and American colonial representatives met in Paris, France, and the colonists signed two treaties with the French, permitting trade between the territories. The Treaty of Amity and Commerce and the Treaty of Alliance also made France recognize America as an independent nation. The Treaty of Alliance also officially made France and America allies against Britain. France was now able to help the colonies in their war efforts, providing economic aid for the American military. France's own Marquis de Lafayette served as a continental general in the Revolution. Lafayette was respected by most colonists and was a crucial part in helping the colonies in their war efforts. He helped link the countries together by being a French diplomat that was an American general. France also provided naval support. In the Battle of Yorktown, France provided support by having a fleet of 36 French warships offshore to trap the British and not allowing them to evacuate. On September 3, 1783, Britain and the colonies signed the Treaty of Paris, formally ending the American Revolution. The success in this war made France think that they would be close allies with the United States, and they could depend on the United States if they are ever in crisis. This set the stage for the conflict that became the Quasi-War. The United States of America, the newly formed country, wanted to be neutral and did not want to be involved in any conflicts that do not directly affect them. The first steps of becoming neutral was signing the Jay Treaty in 1794 to make peace with Britain. On the other side of the Atlantic, France had been going through their own revolution. During the revolution, France went to war with Austria. Austria had support from other European countries, including Britain. France was losing this war because they could not financially afford to go to war, so they tested America's neutrality by asking them for support. Although the French were responsible for helping the United States gain its independence, America did not want to get involved in this European conflict. This upset the French, who thought the United States would reciprocate the favor done for them in the American Revolution. As the United States began to succeed, France would eventually need to compromise with Austria, incurring a huge economic blow. The tension between France and the United States kept escalating when America refused to pay off their debt to France because they said they owed their debt to the Kingdom of France and not the new Republic of France. France was struggling economically at this time and really needed funding from the United States. The U.S. lack of support was a huge blow to the relationship formed during the American Revolution, because France was depending on the United States and now did not know if they could depend or even trust the United States. Finally, in 1796, French leaders ordered an issue to allow the seizure of American ships. John Adams, the President of the United States at the time, responded to France by dispatching 3 United States envoys to try and restore harmony between the United States and France. The diplomats he sent were Charles Pinckney, John Marshall, and Elbridge Gerry. They met with France's foreign minister, Charles de Talleyrand. Talleyrand was not very wealthy, like most of France at the time, so he wanted to increase his own wealth during this negotiation. His strategy was one of delay. He had the 3 men inform the United States commissioners that in order to meet with him, they would have to pay him a hefty bribe and provide France with a large loan, among other conditions, but did not agree to end the seizure of American ships. Pinckney's supposed response was, "No, no, no. not a sixpence. This meant the United States was not going to pay any money to meet with Talleyrand, not even a sixpence, which was the British currency at the time. Marshall and Pinckney planned on leaving France, while Gerry intended to stay with hopes of averting war. When word of demands made to the United States, it caused immediate outrage and prompted calls for war. Congress asked John Adams to see Pinckney, Marshall, and Gerry's reports regarding what happened in France. Adams gave Congress the reports, but replaced the men's names with the letters X, Y, and Z. Congress proposed various defense measures, which include the creation of the Department of the Navy and the construction of warships as a result of this conflict. In July 1798, Congress authorized the attack of French vessels, launching the undeclared naval war. The United States had around 25 ships who patrolled the Caribbean, since France had ships there to patrol their colony, Haiti. On February 1st, 1799, the United States attacked a French ship. After 5 hours of fighting, the French ship surrendered, marking the first military act in potential international conflict. The French and the United States would continue to patrol the Caribbean and attack merchant ships, but no additional major naval battles would occur. Britain was very happy at the United States' anti-French uproar and wanted to assist the United States against a common foe, but President Adams wanted to avoid any major wars and wanted to stay neutral, so he declined Britain's offer. Realizing his past mistakes and confident the United States wanted war because they were attacking French trade ships, Talleyrand feared the hostility with the United States would lead to a full-scale war. Talleyrand decided to accept a new American representative in order to attempt to reach a compromise. Talleyrand did not try to pad his own pockets this time, and only wanted peace, recognizing that France's economy might not survive if they went to war with the United States. President Adams, also looking for compromise, appointed a representative despite public and Federalist disappointment and disapproval that there would be no war. French and American representatives made plans to meet at the Convention of 1800. The compromise was the Treaty of Montefontaine, which ended the United States and France's formal alliance, but it also ended the Quasi War. It was ratified in 1801. In all, the United States caught 45 French vessels, and the countries lost about 2,000 merchant vessels combined in the conflict. If the U.S. and France could not have made a peaceful compromise, modern culture would look much different, and France and the U.S. might not have become the lasting allies that they remain today.